Hello, friends. It's me. Today, I have a special treat for you listeners. It is a bonus episode. That means there will be a regular episode up on Wednesday. This is just something a little extra. This is our Meet the Neighbors episode with One Bad Mother, our new buddies from MaxFun Fun, as part of the network's block party. I had the pleasure of sitting down with Biz to talk about parenting our own families as well as parenting in the animal kingdom. Because you know it wouldn't be a Just the Zoo of Us experience without an animal fact info dump. You'll hear more about what's going on with the network, the block party, and the One Bad Mother podcast, which, by the way, you should totally check out. It is a total breath of fresh air and a lighthouse in the storm of parenthood. I absolutely could not have asked for a warmer welcome. I will be back with our next episode in just a couple of days, and in the meantime, enjoy!
This week on One Bad Mother, you plus me and the hagfish make 3. We are talking to Ellen Weatherford of the new MaxFun podcast, Just the Zoo of Us. Plus, it's the first ever MaxFun Block Party. Woo! Hello!
Woo!
Ellen, hello. It's really more of like a one bad hagfish that's happening right now, don't you think?
I don't know if I would use the word bad to describe the hagfish.
Like super cool? Or is the hagfish very much not cool? The hagfish is like, no, it's a very square hagfish. It's not awesome.
There are a lot of great things about the hagfish and a lot of, from the human perspective,
Yes.
Not so great things about hagfish.
This is good.
So
you know
mixed
what?
feelings.
Let's just move on from hagfish. And instead, this is where we're at. Everybody's very confused. What's happening? Why is Biz yelling at us? Who is Ellen? What is a zoo? Why are we doing this? Okay, this is the MaxFun Block Party. It's something new. We're getting together. We're meeting each other. And by meeting each other, I mean literally podcaster meeting each other because we all live in different places and we're all in our own closets or bedrooms or whatever. And it would be weird if I was in Ellen's closet right now. And it's just a chance to learn about the different shows that MaxFun has. Because if you're like me, you probably get like very much like, I listen to one thing and that is it. And it's just the only thing. And then you forget there are all these other podcasts. And there are several new podcasts, which is why Ellen is here.
Yeah, hi. I'm a noob on Maximum Fun. I'm here from the new show, Just the Zoo of Us. It's a new show on Maximum Fun.
Yes, it's not a new show in general. Right.
Right. Yeah, we've been doing it for a hot minute. But yeah, so this is kind of like my way of like knocking on your door and showing up at your doorstep with a plate of hot cookies and being like, hey, new neighbor here.
Well, see, now it should really be the opposite. I should be in your closet with cookies, being like, welcome to the neighborhood. And this is exactly what I would do if I was in your closet with cookies, welcoming you to the neighborhood. I'd be snooping out your space, seeing how you decorated. What did you do? Who do you know? You know, all the good stuff. Go through your medicine cabinet, maybe some drawers. What do you have in the fridge?
Rummaging. General rummaging.
Basically, a neighborly rummage is what I would do. So tell me about Just the Zoo of Us.
Yeah, of course. So Just the Zoo of Us is a podcast that I make sometimes with my husband, sometimes with various guest experts who join me from all sorts of different animal-related fields. And we review animals by rating them out of 10 in different categories. So each week it's a different animal. We do like a kind of a deep dive into each animal and just learn a lot of really cool stuff about them. Hagfish was one of them.
Hagfish, yes.
We talked about hagfish. That was really fun. And yeah, so we do this every week. And it's really fun time. It's, you know, we just kind of sit down and get to like geek out about some cool animal we learned a bunch of stuff about this week. So it's just like a weekly info dump that we get to do. It's really fun.
All right. I have to ask, were you one of Krat's kids? Were you a wild Kratter? Were you like one of the Krat brothers? Are they an inspiration to you? Because I freaking love the Wild Kratts.
Yes, but my introduction to them was from Zaboomafoo.
Oh, yeah, Zaboomafoo. Oh, yeah,
when
no,
they did
Zaboomafoo. We can go way back with the
Actually,
Krat
by the time they started doing like the Wild Kratts thing, like I had already kind of like moved on from the PBS age, but yeah, I was a Zaboomafoo kid.
See, we have kids, and Wild Kratts saved our lives in terms of watching things on TV. And so they do have a very catchy new Wildcat song. Gonna go wild, Wildcats, gonna go wild. Anyway, and my husband and I constantly threaten to dress up like Chris and Martin crap for all of my tweens' important events. Now, back to just the zoo of us. Here is my next question. You said when I first heard you were moving on to the block, I saw the description about ranking animals, and I thought, I can't wait to do this with you. But then I listened to the show, and I was like, oh, yes, you actually talk. I was thinking maybe you just went hagfish. 4.
Like, don't care for it. Bad vibes.
The name needs a little work.
Yeah, you're right, it does.
Yeah, so, 4 on a feminist scale, a 1. We shouldn't be calling things hags anymore. Anyway, but you guys go deep dive. So when you're ranking, tell me about what it means when you say you are ranking them, because I really would just be like, they're having a Monday. No thanks. They're like a 6.
Yeah, and sometimes that is kind of the energy we bring, especially we do aesthetics as a category. So that's just like, I don't like what they've got going on face-wise, like sometimes it's just not a good look, right?
Yeah,
so
sure.
They might, and sometimes we disagree on what things should get a high or a low score on aesthetics. But for the most part, like, I gotta say, usually most animals rank pretty high because they've been evolving to do what they do for millions and millions of years, so they're probably pretty good at it.
Okay.
And it's really kind of arbitrary in some ways. It's really just an excuse to talk about some cool stuff about cool animals. Sometimes when guests come on, guests will use the opportunity to rate an animal to really get out some of their frustrations with their study animals. They'll be like, I'm going to give this one a 2 because it bit me.
Oh! Gee, okay, I just, it's not my show, and I shouldn't do this, but do you need a flushing, like a toilet flushing sound when somebody gets a low one? Like, the hagfish bit me and gets a 2. Flush, wah, wah. No, probably not. Guys, it's not that kind of show. It's...
Yeah, I mean... I even sometimes feel bad if I have to give something a low score.
What's the lowest score? Come on, what's the lowest score? Who has gotten your lowest score?
The lowest score, because they're in categories, right? So usually we try not to we try to make sure that maybe it didn't do so well in this category, but it does well in something else. I think that we've probably given the lowest aesthetic score to this creature called the botfly. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Which is not
surprising.
great.
Oh, look, I got Gabe's giving me the face.
It's not good. No.
Oh, no? The botfly?
So we gave that one a pretty not great review. Sometimes we'll do a jellyfish or a sponge or something that doesn't do anything, right? So they might get a low ingenuity score because they're not doing anything.
Do you mean they are doing something when they are calming? And to me, I'm like, oh, jellyfish.
Oh my gosh, I love a good jellyfish.
Right?
Have you ever seen the Monterey Bay Aquarium?
Yes, they have the live feed.
Yeah.
Yes, because we were all trapped at home, Ellen, with our children, Ellen, for a really long time, Ellen. It's like my children were here a lot.
Yeah, I know y'all are familiar with that Monterey Bay live camp.
That Monterey Bay was a bit of a lifesaver, is what that was. All right, is there an animal that you've ranked that you wish you could go back and apologize to? That you're like, you know what? That wasn't fair. It wasn't fair.
There are some that we would talk about, and then later on new research would come out that showed something different from what we said. Like one was that we talked about a manta ray. Yeah. And we were like, not that much interesting to say about the manta rays behavior-wise. And then later on, somebody told us they passed a mirror test for self-recognition. Yeah. And turns out they're way smarter than we thought they were. And we were like, oh man, we kind of did them dirty on that one. We probably shouldn't have dragged them like that.
Where are you getting where are you doing your research, Ellen? I love that you're like, well, we're they're boring. I'm like, where?
And they certainly were not.
Where do you get your facts? Are they just from a guy on the subway? Yes.
Apparently it was deep in the literature.
Deep in the literature. That's right. Not the initial Google search.
No.
Do you just like animals?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah, guys. She's lit up.
Yeah. When I was a little kid, I remember like watching Animal Planet and learning like the word zoologist. Like the first time it was on the screen, I was like, that's it. That's the one. That's the word. Like, that's going to be my guiding light. You know, I kind of always wanted to like be a zoologist or do something in an animal field. And academics wise, it didn't pan out. I wasn't a great student. So the science course did not pan out for me. But I kind of used the podcast as a way to weasel myself into doing like animal related stuff. Like I took like a weird backdoor sort of path to doing an animal related thing, I guess.
No, I love it. I am all about manipulating one's circumstances to meet the things that make us joy. I want to say, because if you already are familiar with One Bad Mother, it's not a podcast for children. Not even a little. Guys, I want to be really clear. It's not for children.
That's for after the kids get out of the car.
Yeah, after they're out of car line, walking with a stroller and headphones or something, breastfeeding at like 2 a.m. This is the time. But Just the Zoo of Us is a great show to listen to with children, or to, if you've got children that are old enough to listen to podcasts on their own, like, you know, they're just in their room or hanging out or long road trips. I feel much less like a shame spiral when we listen to podcasts versus 24 hours of Switch play. But
I'm a Switch mom. It's okay.
I know, I'm a Switch mom too. Do you have kids?
I have 2 children.
Gabe, I needed to know you had 2 kids. Hold on. All right. You have to go back and do the whole show over. All right. I'm going to reveal something about you that I just learned. You have kids. And I've been walking around here like a jerk, thinking that you were just this person who loved animals so much you started a podcast. Tell me who's in your house, who lives in your house.
Yeah, I'll go oldest to youngest.
Okay.
Oldest is my husband, Christian. Also my co-host on our like regular episodes, I suppose. Yep. Next is me, Mama. Mm-hmm. Next is my dog, Puppy. She's 10 years old. Right. She's a beagle.
What's that dog's name? That's
Puppy.
Important. Puppy?
It's Puppy.
Oh, good job. Puppy.
Which is great because she's 10 years old. Yeah. And she's a really cranky old lady. So next after her is my oldest son, Isaac. He's 7 years old. And he's the Minecraft aficionado of the family. Right. Me and Isaac are the ones kind of usually duking it out over, like, we're trying to argue for Switch time.
Switch time, yeah.
Yeah.
I have to. Go ahead. Tell me who the last one is.
Oh, the last 2 are after Isaac is my cat. Okay. His name is Aki. And my son came up with that name when he was 4 years old. Yes. So it was just kind of like he was like smashing syllables together. Yeah. Came up with Aki. So he's the cat. And then the youngest is baby Finley.
Who's 32. Just like Puppy. Finley. So how old is baby Finley?
Finley is just about to turn 1 year old.
Oh my God.
He's a baby.
We're about to change the whole show where we're doing right now, everybody. How are you? How are you doing?
We're good.
No, don't lie to me. How are you? You have less than a 1-year-old in your house. All right? Yeah. And a 7-year-old.
Yeah. And really, you know, the 7-year-old is so good with the 1-year-old. You know, he's so sweet.
Sure.
They're very sweet to each other. Yeah, you know, it can be a lot, especially considering that like my older son is my son and my first son, but Finley is my husband's first child. So it's kind of interesting. Like I've done all this stuff before. I've kind of like seen it, but for my husband, it's like he's a first time parent co-parenting with a second time parent. And so like the vibe is very different sometimes.
Oh, no, I bet that makes actually a tremendous amount of sense that like, yeah, the vibe would be, you're like, yep, I'm just going to pick that pacifier up off the floor, wipe it off on my leg and stick it right back in my baby's mouth. I'm not saying that's what you do.
But, no, I pop it in my own mouth.
Yeah,
I just
clean.
Like
That's right. Give it to the dog. Give it to Puppy to lick off. You're good. And I'm going to assume that your partner is less like that right now. We're breaking their spirit slowly.
He's certainly in the lawful good column. Yes. He's very much like a by the book sort of person. So he's wanting to
Wait,
follow
there's
protocol.
A book? There's a book that helps.
Honestly, like when I was pregnant with Finley, Christian was the one reading the pregnancy and child book birth late at night. Like,
good job.
Have you done this?
Good job. That's nice.
Like, do we have a birth plan?
It's going to come out some way.
That's what I was like, we're going to play that by ear. So, it's just like the being like a first time parent, like raising a child with a non first time parent. It hasn't led to any sort of like conflict.
Good.
I guess like I bring a sort of perspective of like, this is not that big a deal. It's fine. But then he also brings that sort of like, oh, well, this is what the current, these are what the current guidelines are. And, this is like all the new stuff that's come out. So
you
it
can
keeps
have
me
peanut
from
butter
being,
again.
Right. Like, what's the deal with honey? Can we do honey? What are we doing?
Do honey again? I don't know what's happening.
So like, it's like I have that sort of like, it's fine, everything's good. But he's like keeping me from being set in my ways and like bringing new stuff in. So
that's good.
Makes a good dynamic.
That is a good way to put it. That is an interesting dynamic. So with just the zoo of us, I mean, obviously it's great for animal nerds like me and like you and like who are just like, tell me more. Like I was listening to one and the foot was backwards. It was a recent one. And like, what was that little animal? It looks like a little hedgehog, but it's not.
And echidna.
Yeah, the echidna. And like, you're like, its foot starts off going the correct way all feet tend to go. And its little finger hands go backwards. And I was like, whoa.
Right?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. But outside of us, what is a good age range for this show? And I know it really depends on your kid and stuff, but
yeah, and we bring a lot of like anime and video game references in because that's like the kind of stuff we're into.
Yeah.
So we're dropping a lot of like pop culture. I wouldn't say a lot, right? You can follow along without being familiar with all the weird stuff we're into. But like I think we bring an element of humor that's like particularly funny to people that's like within like my age range, like, mid 20s. I'm about to be 27. So
Woo!
like that sort of age range, just because of like the cultural references, I guess, that we make. But we've got a lot of people have reached out to us that are like families that all listen together, like parents that listen with their kiddos. I know a lot of kids listen by themselves. Like a lot of times parents will like type out an email for their little kiddo and that's led to some really fun, like back and forth. I had like a family that said they were listening to our show on a trip where they went tide pooling and found sea stars. Oh, and they were like, could you do an episode on sea stars? I was like, I don't know anything about sea stars. And also they're very confusing. And I was like, that's intimidating. So I looked up a sea star expert and I found like the sea star expert, like the guy that you talk to about sea stars. Yeah. And he came on my show and got to talk to me about sea stars. And we like answered this little girl's question. And it was so like, I know that if that had been me as a little kid, that would have been like a core memory. Like, from like Inside Out where the core memories get stored in there. That would have been like a little something that I would have thought about for the rest of my life. So I was like.
Well, what's also awesome about, I'm always like fascinated by what do you want to be when you grow up? Like that sort of question. And I think even I, as a not 27-year-old person, will be like, that's a job, right? Like you could specialize in something like that. And I would have to imagine that this show, besides learning about all these awesome animals, people who listen are learning about like these really specific like areas that you could study or do for a job later, or I think that's so awesome.
It's really interesting. And especially that, I try to make sure that I'm getting people from a lot of different backgrounds. Yeah. So people are coming on and it's not like the same story over and over again, like, oh, I've always been interested in this and this is just what I was always going to do. And then, it was smooth sailing from there. Like sometimes I talk to people who are like, oh, I'm a marine biologist, but I was born and raised in the deserts of Arizona, or like, like people that have taken very interesting paths to get into the career that they're in. So like it kind of brings a little perspective into like, it brings the human element into like the nature adjacent fields, I guess. It's been really interesting.
Speaking of humans, have you ever ranked the world's most dangerous animal? Man.
No. and I have said in a Q&A episode we did recently, I kind of said that I will not do that.
Yeah, that's very smart.
Because it has the potential to get so problematic so fast. And
No,
like that
it's
is not
problematic just even bringing it up. Like it's like no, we don't do that.
No, and I am super interested in like the evolution of the human like species and like how they're different from other primates and like features that we still share with other primates.
Yeah.
Super interested in all of that stuff, but that's not necessarily something I want to start assigning. Absolutely
Let's talk
not.
about fingers. How good are they at using them? Right?
So
like,
good.
We're pretty good at using them. My kid just learned how to snap their toes. So
What?
I know they can snap their toes. They're horrible at snapping their fingers. So I just was like, try doing it with your toes.
I've never heard of anyone doing that ever in my life.
Under, like, because he was already in bed, snapping away. And he's like, can you hear that? I'm like, oh, is that you? Now, whenever my child says, can you hear that? I'm going to go, I just assume we are talking about toe snapping. And I go, whoa, it's so loud.
Never in my life have I heard of anyone snapping their toes.
Now? Are you trying it right now?
I absolutely know that I can't.
I'm like, snap. That yes, well, there you go. Apparently it's a family trait.
Wow.
I know.
That's paradigm shifting.
It is. There you go. Because I just have my feet on as a guest on the show. All right. You said that you were way into anime and video games. So just for fun, because people are just kind of getting to know us, we're big into Link. Is it Link's Awakening? Legend of Zelda? Mm-hmm. Link's Awakening. Yes, Link's Awakening. The real one. Not the cute one that's like, there's another one.
Sure.
That's very cute. And we also did that game. Mm-hmm. And, of course, Animal Crossing.
I love Animal Crossing.
Have you ever ranked the animals on Animal Crossing? Because there's an animal that just moved on to my oldest island. And it's basically a balloon. I don't know. You could pull the thing out of the back of its head, and I guess it would deflate.
I think I know the one you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them are.
We haven't done any Animal Crossing centric content. That's a great idea for a bonus episode.
Yeah, there you go.
But I do have friends that make a podcast specifically about just the animals that you can find in Animal Crossing, not the villagers or whatever you call them, the campers or whatever, but the bugs and the fish and the stuff that you can catch. And they're fantastic. They do, kind of like what we do, like a deep dive, everything you could want to know. And I feel like every time I'm like, okay, I kind of already get what this bug is about. Surely nothing can surprise me about this bug. And then every time I'm like, wow, okay, never mind.
See, that's a good podcast for those of us who say to that owl at the museum, I'm good. No, I don't want to hear your interesting facts. I got to move on and sell some fish.
Yeah.
I did catch a moray eel this morning, and I was very excited because I didn't know that they were available. And then suddenly I was like, oh, it's a moray eel. And that was exciting. Have you guys ever ranked anything else that's not an animal, but is animal related? Because again, I'm thinking about other video games, anime, stuff like Pokemon. Have you ranked Pokemon? Have you?
No, but I did start doing a series of TikToks about the real animals that certain Pokemon are based on.
What?
I haven't done one in a weeks, but I started.
Fun.
They got pretty popular. I was having so much fun. I would people would request a Pokemon and I would do a whole video this Pokemon is based on this animal, and then do a little video about it, how what features they have in common. And that was really, I've played Pokemon my whole life.
Oh my God, I don't understand it. You'll have to come back on and talk to me about how to play freaking Pokemon, because Ellis is just getting into it. Mm-hmm. And right now there's just a lot of yelling about, is this a powerful card or not? And I'm like, it says it's powerful. I don't know what to tell you. What is your friend
they're doing the
say?
Cards.
They're doing the cards. They are the card game players. And I don't know what's happening.
I have about 600 Pokemon cards, and I've never played this. I've never played the game ever. I play the video games, but I don't play the card game.
If you ever want to do some swapping or just make a 7-year-old's day, just drop those in the mail, buddy, because
Yeah.
Good God. We need a Charizard, everybody. We need a Charizard EX. I don't know what I'm saying. Charizard. Just put it out in the world. Charizard EX. This is awesome. Are you, I don't know. What else do you want to talk about?
So, yeah, I did kind of prepare a little bit of like some fun treats.
I love treats.
Because your podcast is about kind of an exploration of the parenting experience.
Yes, that is a very polite way to say it is a podcast about being haggard and broken.
It is an exploration of the parenting experience.
Sorry, an exploration. Right, okay.
And so I just wanted to kind of like blend our two topics together. Yes. And I kind of prepared some little fun treats about animals that have interesting parenting techniques.
Do I get to rank them?
Yeah.
Yes!
So I'll describe to you what this animal does to parent their young, and you just give me a if you want to do stars, if you want to do out of 10, do what if you want to do a report card.
I'm going to go pull some toilet flushing sound effects. Okay? Let's get on some wah wah, something. I don't know. We'll find something. Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to try not to keep you too long, so I'm going to try to wrap these up pretty quick.
Oh, please.
But they're very interesting. The first one is an octopus. Have you ever...
I love
Do you know
octopus.
anything about like the life cycle of an octopus?
No, I just know that they're very smart.
They are very smart.
Very
and this
smart.
is surprising. They're big. They're smart. They only live like 1 to 2 years.
No.
It's a pretty quick life cycle.
Okay.
So they're what's called terminal breeders.
Ew. What does that mean? That
so
sounds like a name in Brooklyn that somebody's like named
It doesn't sound
parents.
great.
Yeah.
And it's not great either. So an octopus only breeds once in their life cycle.
That's nice.
So once octopus mom lays her egg, the rest of her life cycle is dedicated to taking care of her eggs. She doesn't eat. She doesn't rest. She just protects her eggs, waves her 8 little tentacly arms over them, protects them from predators. She uses her like siphon to blow water over the eggs to keep them aerated and keep sediment from settling on them. Mm-hmm. And she dies like shortly after the eggs hatch. And that's her life.
Yeah, that is her life.
Yeah.
I hear you, octopus. I feel you, especially those early years. It's like they just stop being a self right away. They just immediately really embrace the full myth of motherhood.
Just lean all the way into it.
They lean way in.
And so it's kind of thought that this is like a self-destruct sequence that their brain sets off. There's like a gland behind their eyes that shuts off her hunger cues, so she doesn't like feel like a hunger impulse anymore. And it's thought that that's because octopuses tend to be cannibals and they tend to eat each other. So when her brain tells her like no more eating, it keeps her from eating her babies.
I think that the nerve, whatever that is saying, yeah, sorry. Mm-hmm. It's over for you. Like,
yeah, like
I mean,
we're
you're
not
going to
eat
be a
any
self.
more things.
You're not going to be like, so we're just going to, so that you don't ever get sad about it. We're just terminating all your feelings about everything. I don't. No, I'm torn on this. I am torn on the stark reality and acceptance that octopus moms clearly have evolved to accept.
It's so like extreme, right? Like,
yeah, but
it's not healthy. Don't emulate this.
Yeah, no, that's just it. Is that I'm like, if I saw that octopus on Instagram, I would not be mentally well after that. Probably, I'd be harboring some self-judgment.
It's a tough one.
I don't like to judge mothers. I don't like to judge other people's parenting styles. But if I was going to score it, that's hard. Because I'm like, I want to intervene in these poor octopuses' lives and say, you can be a 10. Let's just remove. But then I don't want to mess. Women have been hospitalized and had things taken out of their brains for years just because they wanted to be a self. I don't know. This is a very feminist conundrum for me.
It is.
I'm just going to say that octopus is doing a great job.
Great job.
Because they are making the best choice for them and their family, I think.
For sure.
You're putting me in a spot. I hope you give me
A+
somebody
in my book.
I can just be like, that one's doing a horrible job. They're not.
So some of these actually I did kind of gather specifically because they do a bad job.
Oh, good. So that we can talk trash about somebody's parenting.
Right.
Because we don't
Yeah.
like to do that on our show. All right,
First
go
up
ahead.
being the quokka. Have you ever heard of the quokka?
Does it make the same noise as its name?
No, that would be really cute, though.
Wouldn't it?
You've probably seen pictures of a quokka. It's a little marsupial.
Okay.
You may have seen pictures because they're very popular to take selfies with because they have like a resting smile face. Like they just have this adorable little smile. So they're like super, super cute. Everybody loves them.
All right.
So being a marsupial, Mama Quokka keeps her baby in a pouch.
Yeah, sure.
If Quokka Mom is in a tight spot and she feels threatened by a predator, she may drop her baby out of the pouch and book it.
Yeah.
And she just leaves.
Yeah.
Like she leaves the baby as like a decoy for the predator and she just hightails it. She's like, here you go. You can have this. And she just bounces. Like she's like, sorry for you, but I can make more of you. And she just like leaves.
She does not have that thing like the octopus. She's like, not only am I going to drop you and run, I'm going to go eat a pizza and maybe some ice cream. Just like right now. I'm all right. Look at me. They are too much of a self. Let's just try and find a little balance in life. Well, again, I don't want to judge because maybe somebody wasn't ready to be a mother. maybe somebody, it's teetering on a very deep question.
Mm-hmm.
All right, about mothers and children. I'm gonna have to still go with you're doing a good job, and who am I to judge? Who am I to judge?
Still doing a good job.
Still doing a good. Not what I would do. Not what I would do. Okay, but I also didn't sleep train. So you tell me what's worse.
It's also like something that I like. Am always coming into. I'm like, am I bringing too much human perspective into this? Like, am I like being harsh on this because it doesn't suit with my like human morals?
Right. Or am I just aware that deep inside I would also throw my child out of my pouch and run and have pizza? So,
I mean, I really can't. I've never been in this. I've never been threatened by a predator. So, like, I really can't say.
Well, I have, but I didn't have my children around to, like, use as decoys. So.
Who am I to say what I would do?
All right, let's do one more.
Okay, I'll end on a good note. I wanted to spotlight a good dad.
Oh, dads.
A good dad. It's emus. Emu dads are amazing.
Okay,
so
tell me.
The mom emu, she basically just comes and lays the egg, which she has these beautiful, like, big dark green eggs, like emerald green eggs. Okay. She lays the eggs in the nest, and then she is like, goodbye. She dips, like, and she never sees those babies again. So dad stays behind. So already
she's A+ because she has left the baby with somebody responsible.
She's like, you got this? This is good, right? This is fine.
Good. I want to go live on a commune with a group of other emu ladies and make pottery. All right, good.
So she dips. So dad emu stays at the nest and he incubates the eggs. So he sits on them until they hatch, protects them, keeps something from coming and grabbing them and making off with them. Yep. He, once the emus hatch, he takes care of them alone for like 6 months.
Great.
Like, even if, he might have like, 3, 4, 5, and emus are not small. Emus are big boys.
Yes.
And it'd be really funny. You can see videos of these little families that's a bunch of little awkward teenager emus, and they're all like waddling behind Big Daddy Emu, who's like like leading them around and showing them how to like be a good emu.
Yeah, this is what I expect. We need to get that emu a t-shirt that says "Not the babysitter." Right? Like, I love it. Good job, emu dad, doing the thing that we expect from you. Everybody should be pulling an emu dad and letting the emu moms in their life go off and sit around braless and make pottery. I don't know,
He's
guys.
Setting the standard.
I definitely could be in a place myself about where I'd like to be right now. So, making pottery in a commune. I love these. I'm ranking that guy. I'm ranking both. That whole couple, they get like 2 thumbs up and a good job and maybe a gift card to Target. Like they get maybe, depends on if I have one like rummaging around in my purse from buying a lot of toilet paper. I think they are amazing. That was a good one to end on. I
wanted to really like spotlight not only that, like, because a lot of animals do like egalitarian parenting.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's not unheard of.
Yeah. No.
But I like you don't often see this dynamic of like in the animal kingdom outside of humans.
Yeah.
Like the dad taking on the primary caretaker role. And it's really heartwarming to see. I love them.
I love it. All right, Stay at Home Dads Network. We know you're out there. We need to make some like emu logos, emu shirts for the next Dad Con. I love it.
Let the emu be your mascot.
I love it. Ellen, thank you for coming over, or letting me come and visit you at this MaxFun Block Party. I've also brought a casserole. You just put it in the freezer, and then anytime, take it out, $3.50. Boom, 30 minutes.
You want the dish back?
Something. I do not need the dish back. It's okay, because I want to sever all communication from this point forward. I'm just kidding. Welcome to MaxFun.
Thank you so much. This has been such a warm welcome.
We will have to have you back on for a full-on One Bad Mother episode where we really deep dive into some other parenting animals, because that was fun.
Oh, I got some stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I want you to bring the stuff. I love it.
Stuff.
All right, Gabe, let's get that on the calendar. So, everybody, you already are listening to a MaxFun podcast right now, which is how we showed up in your feed. Surprise, we're also in your closet. So now, somewhere, I'm sure there's a link right now, just waiting for you to click and find out how you can, like, hear Ellen and Christian and just the zoo of us over and over and over. They've got a whole backlog of shows you can already listen to, and there is not a cat or a dog on there, guys. It is
deep cuts.
Deep cuts. That's right. This is like definitely deep cut. B-side on the like album that came out before the hit album. Like these are all these guys. And of course you can find One Bad Mother lurking about as well. Thank you so much, Ellen.
Thank you, Biz. It's been so nice to meet you and talk to you. This has been a lot of fun.
It has been very fun talking to you. And by the way, you're doing an excellent job. 1-year-old and 7-year-old. Dear God, I like them. That combination. My face is just like, I'm so sorry. I mean, I know it's a joy, but
that's
it's
what
also,
Minecraft is for, baby.
I know. That's right. That's why I'm like, oh, do you need some help with Link right now? Okay, I'll help you. I'll help you defeat that. Sure.
Oh, yeah.
I'll help you get that shrine.
Do you need help?
I'll help you with the shrine. No worries. No. I'm not gonna give you the switch back. Yeah. All right.
I like when my 7-year-old comes up to me and he likes to watch me play Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So mine likes to. Yeah.
Because I can burn through a shrine in a few minutes, and it takes him a long time. So he'll be like, do you think that for my screen time today, I could watch you play Breath of the Wild? And I'm like,
maybe.
I'm like, oh, if you insist, you
guess.
gotta really
Are you sure?
Twist my arm. But yeah, I guess I could find time.
If I have to. Yes, good. I'm so glad we both have the same book on Switch parenting. All right, guys, both of us separately. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.